Thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Hello there and welcome back to the Bliss feed. So there are some habits that we do that are very well defined, quantifiable, and visible. Things like drinking water, going outside, journaling. But what about the habits that happen inside our heads that we can't quite see happening, nor are as easy to track, but that are still super duper important? So I define these mindset habits as the thoughts you think, the stories you tell yourself, and the lens through which you view life. So I did a video a while back on 5 mindset habits that have changed my life. Since then, I've experimented with and added a few very helpful new ones to my mindset toolkit. I'm fun. Am I fun?
What do you mean?
Am I a fun person?
No.
So there was this quote from Ryder Carroll's The Bullet Journal Method, which grabbed me by the shoulders and slapped me across the face. He said, if achievement is a defining measure of productivity, then what is the defining measure of achievement? In other words, why is achievement valuable? Basically, why are you trying to achieve? So on the one hand, I do actually find my work very fulfilling. I think it brings me a lot of enjoyment, but like on a deep level, so contentment, if you will. And so I don't find my work to be fruitless. I think most of the time I'm not chasing after achievement for the sake of achievement, I don't think. But I also think that surface level fun is important as well. And so that question made me realize that yeah, I do actually find myself often tempted to sacrifice little moments of fun for the sake of productivity, for the sake of achievement. But if it's hard to sometimes even identify why achievement is important to us, then maybe sometimes we should just have fun. So obviously, yes, sometimes we do need to sit down and get the work done or delay gratification in service of some bigger reward in the future. But what is life if not for random little magical moments? And I feel like sometimes in the quest for productivity, we squash those little moments or just prevent opportunities for them to happen in the first place. So for me, this mindset has translated to my life in a couple of different ways. I used to feel pressured to listen to podcasts anytime I was driving or cooking or folding the laundry, as if listening to music instead would just be a waste of time. So first of all, rest and fun are productive. Let me repeat that. Rest and fun are productive. Did you write that down? When I say productivity, just as a blanket statement across my entire channel, I really mean using your time in the best way. So sometimes that means we're talking about productivity tips to get your work done efficiently so that you then have more free time. Other times that means we're talking about how to use your free time to recharge and enjoy and rest. And I think that is a great use of time. So I have been recharging and enjoying my free time by listening to a lot more music, putting together my monthly playlist, and just having a good time. And do I still listen to podcasts sometimes? Yes, of course, but when I want to, not because I feel like I have to. Another example is oftentimes after I eat dinner in the evening, I get like the second wind of energy and I actually feel motivated to go do something like answer a couple of emails. But I don't want to go upstairs to my room to do that because I've been in my room all day long. But I feel like if I stay downstairs where my family is and the TV is on, I won't be as productive. But I don't want to go up to my room, but I won't be as productive downstairs. And you see what happens? Okay, maybe I might be a little more focused in my room. I don't really have clear data on that. But as far as I'm concerned, if I'm spending time with my family and answering emails at one time, that is just killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And if it's gonna make me enjoy the task more, then that's what I'm gonna do. So to apply this mindset of fun to your life, you might even set an intention for the week and ask yourself, how can I make everything that I do this week more fun? Sing karaoke in the car, play with your food, wear a rainbow sweater. Productivity and fun are not mutually exclusive. If anything, fun recharges you for more productivity, so they're actually intertwined. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask, do you have any mindset habits that you want to talk about or share with the world? If you have ever thought about starting a blog, this is your sign to start it. Thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. I started my blog on Squarespace back in 2017 and eventually it kind of sort of changed my life. With Squarespace, it's super easy to make your blog using drag and drop blocks, simple design options, and integrated blogging features. You just have to figure out what to write about. If you watch this channel, you're probably interested in personal development, So you could write blog posts about your goals, do progress updates, you could talk about mindset habits that you found helpful, maybe experiments that you've run in your life and the results, like 30-day challenges or things like that. People will always be like, oh, it's too late to start a blog, it's too late to start a YouTube channel. If you have a unique voice and perspective that you want to share, it is never too late, and Squarespace is the perfect place to start. So you can head to Squarespace for a free trial to set up your blog, and then use my code, the Bliss Bean, to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. Acceptance. I have some control issues, so this one was very relevant to me. So there's this Zen Buddhist concept of acceptance or non-attachment that can be applied to so many moments of your everyday life. It doesn't mean that you stop caring or that you stop trying to change things for the better. It just means that you give yourself permission to stop resisting the way that things are. So for us personal development nerds, this means that if you're on a personal development journey, you can choose to love yourself right here and right now with all your flaws, without having to wait until you have shaped and fine-tuned yourself into some perfect version of yourself. This also applies to everyday kind of things. You can choose to accept the fact that you're running late for a meeting, knowing that stressing out about it will not change anything. You can accept that you're a human being who makes mistakes and not punish yourself for getting distracted or breaking a habit streak or anything like that. So for me, where I see this apply to my life is when I have a day where I'm just struggling for some reason or something is not going my way. The example that comes to mind is a really stupid example. It's literally listed on the Wikipedia page of first world problems, so I apologize in advance. Basically, I misplaced my AirPods. I was 96% sure that they were in the house, but I tore apart my room, the entire house, the car, and I could not find them. I couldn't focus on anything else the entire day. I was just so wound up and agitated. After I found them a few hours later, they somehow ended up in a drawer inside my hard drive case. I felt guilty for not getting much done that day, and my dad was like, chill, you were understandably stressed out today, stuff like that happens, some days are just like that. And I thought, you know what, yeah, I could sit here and continue regretting that wasted time and beating myself up for not keeping better track of my AirPods, or I could just accept the fact that sometimes things get misplaced, it's annoying, but it happens, and just move on with my day. So to apply this mindset habit, I think it's good to sit down with your journal and ask yourself, what are you beating yourself up about right now? What are you dwelling on? Give yourself permission to accept these things. That doesn't mean that you don't try to change things. Like, I still looked for my AirPods, but I could have done it in a much calmer way and just accepted the fact that, okay, I don't know where they are right now. I'm gonna take some time off today to find them, and I'm 96% sure that by the end of this, I will find them and everything will be all right. Somewhat of a recovering perfectionist and people pleaser, I find it very difficult to accept the slightest hint that I might have done something not perfectly. However, I also know that constructive criticism can be one of the best ways to grow out of that little bubble that you have for yourself. So in my life, two recent examples of seeking criticism have been, number one, I really wanted to commit to doing all of my habits for the month of May, and I have been successful so far. My accountability buddy, love her, bless her heart, she is very understanding of when I don't do the things that I said I was gonna do. So at the start of May, I said to her, please keep me accountable for this, show no mercy, I need to do this. And on the very first day, I actually did not properly complete one of my habits, and she called me out on that. She said, walking from your car to the store does not technically count as going outside, Beatrice. And I was surprised at how that made me feel. I felt like I'd done something so wrong and just screwed up and disappointed her, but I needed that. Once I worked through my bruised ego, it actually motivated me to do better the next day. Then more recently, I was editing a weekly vlog video, and those are kind of challenging to edit because you have to take this gigantic jumble of footage and try to pull some kind of story out of it and make sure the pacing is good, that it's interesting, that the storyline makes sense, etc. So this might have been the very first time I've done this with a YouTube video, but I reached out to a few people on Instagram. I said, I want you to please give me your feedback on this video. Do not be nice. I want you to tell me exactly what works and what does not work. And even though every person, of course, phrased their messages in the nicest and most helpful way, I was scared to open up their messages, as if the existence of any tiny bit of criticism meant that I was bad at at making videos. But it was actually the opposite though. That feedback was what made the video better, and I think that's what the indicator of a true professional is that they're willing to put themselves in a position where their work is being critiqued. So to apply this mindset to your life, get out of your comfort zone and ask the people around you, or just random people on the internet like I did, for feedback. This could mean asking someone to keep you accountable for something, or sharing a project with someone and asking for their honest feedback on it. Notice if this makes you uncomfortable, and just know that gradually you will get better at using this criticism to grow rather than taking it personally. You just kind of have to build up a thick skin to it. So those are the mindset habits that I've been working on. Make sure you check out my other mindset habits video. Before you go, give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye!